After game two, the Suns were up 2-0 heading to Milwaukee, and they felt good. Bettors thought they were good as well. They were minus 400 to go ahead and win this series, but things changed quickly with the Bucks winning 2 on the road and then winning in the Valley, game 5. Now the Bucks are just 1 win away from winning the NBA title, which would be a huge blow to that man right there, Chris Paul, now 36 years old, in the finals for the first time, hoping to be an NBA champion. Let's listen to him and Devin Booker.
Great, and probably the first half of game 5 wasn't great. In that comeback, he played really well in that fourth quarter. Did anything sort of you notice differently that you could take advantage of tomorrow, or was it just shots started falling again?
I don't know. I sort of gauge things off wins and losses as far as me. You know what I mean? It ain't necessarily how many points, assists, or whatnot. Obviously, turnovers are something I try to keep down, but just try to be aggressive. Obviously, making shots help, but being aggressive on both ends, not just offensively, but defensively too.
Gina in the second row.
Hey, Chris, we know that you can't give up now on your shoes. That's even something some fans have kind of gravitated toward or caught on to just for these last couple of games. Just how much are you leaning into that motto even more just right now, just given what this team is facing?
Yeah, throughout this entire playoff run, this is our first elimination game. You know what I mean? So it's for real. You know what I mean? It's no looking back now. We got to come out, be ready to play, and it's either win or go home.
How have you seen your teammates kind of respond in that same way? And just that this is kind of a new thing for
you. I think everybody's just been talking about embracing it. Coaches said all season long, everything you want is on the other side of hard, and it doesn't get any harder than this. So we know that this is a must-win game for us, and nothing more than that. Now we got to hoop.
Lisa?
Chris, seems like every time Chris Middleton, if you defense him, he kind of take advantage of the heights and do the isolation. So for the next game, what is strategy like? What do you need from your teammates if you play the one-on-one with him again?
Just keep making them be tough shots. You know what I mean? If you make it, it's going to be tough. So I think they went damn near the whole third quarter without missing a shot. So what they said, good offense beats good defense any day. But at some point, we got to make a miss, and I think that's what we're going to try to do in Game 6.
Over here on the left side in the back.
In the first 2 games when you won, you were taking almost 43 pointers a game as a team. The last few games, it's been a lot lower than that. Game 5, you were even below 20. You and Devin are 2 of the great mid-range scorers in the league, but do you think you need to extend your range back a little more to maximize those opportunities?
I think we just got to figure out a way to generate more threes. If that's penetrating, it doesn't just have to be me and Devin. That's the way we done played all season long, is penetrating the gaps, finding Kale, Cam, Jay, all the different guys on our team for threes. And obviously when you lose a game and you look at it, you analyze, you're like, oh, they should have shot more threes. It's a lot of what they call them Monday morning quarterbacks. But we've had to play a way that we played all season long, and we're going to try to play that way Game 6.
Dave in the center.
Chris, there's an inherent pressure that comes with an elimination game in the NBA Finals, of course. But is there any excitement for someone like yourself who spent literally your entire life trying to conquer the game of basketball, master it, tinker with it? This is the ultimate level.
It's definitely exciting. Something that coach and everybody been saying, if you went to the beginning of the season and said we had a chance to be where we are right now, would you take it? Absolutely. Absolutely. And we get a chance to determine the outcome. It's not like the game is going to be or somebody else got to play. We get a chance. We control our own destiny. So I think that's the exciting part about it. And knowing who we have in our locker room, knowing what we're capable of and all the things that we've been through all season long. So we wish we didn't have to wait as many days as we got to, but, it is what it is.
Hey, Chris. During the Nets series, PJ Tucker had kind of told me that, the times he gets the most mad is when guys would help him on KD. He wanted that one-on-one. If KD scores, but don't help. they're kind of doing something similar to Book, where they're not going to help as much. That's going to be, hey, we're going to live with this. If Book gets 40, Book gets 40. How do you try to get Book to approach that, knowing that maybe part of the reason why you're not getting as many threes is they are wanting him to be the scorer and not involve as many other people?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know their strategy. You know what I mean? I'm not in their locker room. I don't know what they got going on over there. All we can control is what we do. So we gonna continue to play our game. Book is one of the best to ever do this. So we gonna figure it out. Yeah.
We heard Chris Paul there talking about his teammate Devin Booker. Taking a look at the rest of the NBA Finals, of course, this is the first NBA Finals for Devin Booker, now 36 years old. Game 6, that is in Milwaukee. Game 7, if the Suns were to win, that would be back in Phoenix on Thursday. So speaking of Devin Booker, he has had a historic first NBA Finals for himself at just 24 years old there. He has scored the most points out of anybody in his very first NBA Finals, now at 582. Now, you saw that he jumped Rick Barry and Julius Erving. Well, why is that notable? Well, both of them, even though they scored all of those points, ended up losing the finals. Can the Suns pull it out? What does Book think? Here's more from him.
Recording in progress.
Gina?
Hey, Book, just now being in this situation, what are the things that you're leaning on? What are the experiences you're trying to draw from, like when you're in a win or go home type situation?
I've never really been here before, you know, so I'm just treating it as a series, treating it as, you know, I've seen game 6s happen in the past. There's been game 7s that happened in the past. So just us as a team, you know, I just heard Chris say it, just figuring out, you know, a way to win our next game. You know, that's our mindset coming into here. That's been our mindset, you know, since we obviously frustrated after the loss, but wake up the next day. Now it's, you know, that loss is behind us. What can we do next?
Besides just kind of thinking about, okay, I've seen game 6s and a series can turn. We've all seen that before. Are there people you're talking to? Are there advice you're seeking outside of the team? Or is it more just keeping it in-house at this point?
Yeah, we're keeping it in-house. That's been our motto the whole entire season. And, you know, our group, you know, knows what's at stake. We know what's on the line. So there's no shortcutting it. We're in it right now, and, you know, we have to figure it out and we have to get it done.
Sam?
Devin, the outside looking in, I think when a team goes up 2-0 in the finals, drops 3 games, there's this assumption that that's about as demoralizing as it could be. But then Monty just talked a moment ago about, you know, what he's seeing behind the scenes, and that in terms of the spirit, you know, whether it's meals together and the time you guys are spending on the plane, that he really liked what he saw. Do you agree? And just what does that say about your guys' ability to keep your heads in a good place?
It says a lot about this group. You know, like I said, obviously we were frustrated after the loss, but we're a type team that realize, you know, that's over. You know, whatever we do forward is going to determine whatever our future is going to be. You know, so we're going to go out here today. You know, we haven't watched film as a team yet together on the game. You know, so I think that's step one for us in preparing and coming up with the scheme to go out there tomorrow.
Dwayne in the front right.
Devin, we've talked about you waiting to play in this situation, and now you're in a situation that guys you watched have been in and have found a way to get that kind of win. Do you draw from that at all? Like, okay, I've seen guys do this. I can do the same, or we can do the same as a group.
Not really. I mean, we just have our group. You know, it's kind of hard to, you know, compare and contrast what LeBron did in the finals in whatever year. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we have a group that's us, and that's how we keep it. So we're trying to figure it out right now how we're going to go out there and do it. And we know it's possible with, you know, the group that we have and what we've leaned on for most of the season.
Quick follow. Coach has always had the right thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
You guys all year. What's that been like to have a coach that's so dialed into you that once he starts talking, you're like, okay, I know exactly what he's trying to get to us?
It keeps the energy right. You know, there's no second guessing what coach says. You know, he has the best interest, and you know, he's right. You know, so we listen to him. He's somebody that we've leaned on through this whole season for our locker room, for how we perform on the court, for what he just mentioned, how we, you know, get together as a group very, very often. So we have a tight-knit group.
And they hope that closeness pays off in Game 6 coming up tomorrow night. That one is in Milwaukee. It was a very close Game 5, a very exciting Game 5. But the Suns dropping that at home, so the Bucks are now just one win away from winning the title. If the Suns were to win and they would get a Game at 7, that would be back in Phoenix. Tip-off there, 9 Eastern.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.